Hello you lot, this is my breakfast kit. I'm just making a bit of breakfast. Got breakfast kit here. So what I've got is, I've just had to wash that out because I washed it, but obviously a bit of soap left in there, so I've put new water in there now. And got a cup of coffee here that's got water put in it. Got a packet of super noodles, barbecue beef flavour. And yeah, the breakfast kit. So just make myself a bit of breakfast, and I think I'll go and see what I can find to do for today. Lovely Sunday morning today it is. Got me noodles in there, look, lovely. That saucepan always seems to bubble up the water. There's no soap in there. It seems to bubble up the water. Very annoying saucepan that is. Doesn't matter. It's well old saucepan, but it's alright. It's good. The old stuff's better. So got me bowl over here. Look, in here got a Yakult. These are meant to be good for you. So every now and again I drink a Yakult in the morning. I don't know why. I just like the taste. They taste bloody good, and they're supposed to be good for you, so maybe it'll help me to be a bit healthier. I don't know. But I'm just waiting for my noodles to cook now, and I can pour my coffee out when that's boiled. It's probably ain't far off. Lovely. The sun's just started to rise out here. Well, I say just started, it's just been risen now for about half an hour, but it rained a minute ago. So I opened up the door and had to listen to it. It's quite peaceful out there when it rains. I like it when it rains out there. It's nice and peaceful. Have to cut the grass later on, I think. Getting a bit long, isn't it? Blimey. Love it. Do you lot want to hear a very short but funny story? And I think it's funny anyway. One day I was walking around in the garden just tidying up, you know. I was going to cut the grass and all that, and I looked over at the fence, and hanging over the fence was this. That was hanging over the garden fence. Yeah. Now it ain't mine, it's too small. I've tried it on, and it ain't the wife's. It's definitely too small for her, and I've never seen it before, and she's never seen it before. But it was hanging over the old neighbour's fence. The old bloke, hanging just there it was. And that neighbour there, that's the old bloke, the old the one that's a little bit nasty. So I went to the wife. There's a bra hanging over the garden fence. I said, what? I said, what's that doing there? No one knows where it's come from. It was just hanging over, you know, flopped over the top of the garden fence. I reckon it's either, well, a bit strange really. I thought it was hilarious. The fact that if it was like a family on that side, or you know, or even just a woman, you know, it'd be, oh, she done her washing, dropped it on the floor, put it over the fence, and then forgot about it or something. But it was over the fence, and there's just that old man there, just that old bloke. So I'm like, all right. Anyway, so I left it there just in case it was his. You know, I'm thinking, oh, well, he might take it back. And then the next morning, well, not the next, yeah, it was the next morning. I looked at it, still over the fence. Went to work, come back, and it was on the grass. So he'd pushed it over the fence, and it is now on the grass on the other side. So I thought that would be bloody funny. So I kept it, hung it up there just so I can tell you. Look. It's not really a bra either. It's a bikini bra, isn't it? It's a bikini one. That's what it is. It's a bikini top, and it's what does that say? Can't focus on it with the camera, but it's a UK 8, UK and Ireland 8. Oh, there we go. It's focused now. So it's a, you know, quite a small one. So whoever's worn that is, I don't know anyone that's a bloody size 8. Right, I've decided this morning, because it's raining outside and I couldn't do the thing I wanted to do at the moment until it stops raining, so I'm going to have a look at this microphone again. I haven't got any switch cleaner yet. I was going to go out to buy some, but it's that bloody common thing again. It keeps happening. I don't like it, but it keeps happening, and it's all down to money these days. You go into a shop, and a little can of switch cleaner, contact cleaner, about $9.99 for 250 milliliter. One little can. You go on Amazon, the same make, the same little can with Prime, free delivery next day, or sometimes same day, but well, it was too late for same day when I ordered it last night. Free delivery next day, bloody $3.99. The same can, 250 milliliters. So, you know, anyway, so I ordered it, and that'll be coming tomorrow. But I decided it's a shame, because I like to go into shops, and I don't like buying over the internet, because you buy over the internet, that's why small high street shops are going down, they're all getting bankrupt. But when they're charging prices like that, what do you expect? I don't know. The reason Amazon or the people on the internet can do it is because they buy so many, they buy millions of them, and then they can sell them cheaper. That's why it is. But it's unfortunate, but yeah, I ain't gonna pay $7.99. If it was $7.99 for a big 400 milliliter one, then yeah, I mean $9.99, sorry, for a 400 milliliter big old can, I would have done it. But for the little one, no thank you, no thank you. Anyway, so let's put this back together, and I want to see if it's gonna work any better. I know I haven't put any switch cleaner in it. I know you ain't got to keep telling me that, but I can always take it apart and put the switch cleaner in it tomorrow when it arrives. But I just want to see what the difference is with this PTT switch being fixed. So I'm going to put the little microphone module thing back in there. The switch can go back in its little home. That fits in there lovely now. Look at that. That's lovely. It's a nice snug fit. So the little wires go down in there. I can't remember how tight that was now. I think it was quite tight, wasn't it? Yeah, it must have been. And that kind of bent around into there. Like that. So, can you see that? Let's zoom in a little bit. There we go. That's a bit better for you, isn't it? So, there we go. That's it in there now. Them wires are in there. So how that went, I've got a funny feeling that's not how that little thing went. I think it went the other way, didn't it? So them red wires aren't anywhere near the yes, that's how it went. There we go. Right, and then we've got our little bit of foam that ain't really foam anymore. I'm going to get a new bit of foam, but for the time being we'll put that on there, and then we'll put that on there like that. That should, there we go, lovely. Oh yes, look at that. That is 100 times better than it was. But will it work on the radio? I'm expecting it to still be a little bit scratchy, because as I keep saying, I haven't put any. We've got someone on a 19, on a 19. I haven't. No, they're not going to talk. I haven't put any switch cleaner on it, as I keep saying. So let's put the. If there's someone on the 19, hopefully they might come back. If I plug this microphone in, they might come back and give me an audio report, and we'll find out if my efforts have worked. But it's going to be scratchy because I ain't putting any switch cleaner in there, any contact cleaner. So Oh, look at that. That's perfect now. That's working how it should do, because that was all floppy around before where the bracket was broken on the inside. So I'm going to give it a bit of a clean up. I'm going to put this plug back together because I took it apart to match the wiring up. And then we'll plug it in the radio and see if we can get contact, see if we can get an audio report on it. Is there anyone about at this time in the morning that could give me a very quick audio report, please, on this microphone I've just wired up? Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you very much. Just for your information, I'm over in Stanfordly Hope, and not mobile, currently home base. That's very kind of you to get back to me. Thank you very much. Just wired up this microphone. I'm hoping it's working all right.
Yeah, you sound nice and clear. Yeah, something else. Yeah, I've phoned you about 7 or 8 miles away from me. It's a kind of side. I'm in a bit of a dip at the moment. I'm not right near the river, so yeah, you're nice and clear.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, because I had a bit of trouble with this microphone. The switch inside it was all gammy. I didn't have any switch cleaner, so I simply just cleaned it with just a brush basically. And then glued the plastic parts inside that are broken, glued them all back together, and rewired it. And yeah, so it's working all right. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, that's made my morning anyway.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, you've done a good repair there, mate. Yeah, I've just got my dogs back in the lane rather. I've been walking my dogs and just whistling a bit, you know. But yeah, I had a chat with another bloke from Gravesend earlier this morning, a quick little chat just before I walked the dogs, and now I'm finished. I'm just sitting still. I'm just about ready to start the Land Rover up and come home.
Right, so we had a good contact on there. I know he wasn't coming through to me very well because he was a mobile station up on the hills there. But now we've got a good contact, and he said it was working all right. He said there's no problem. He said there's good audio. I might not need to put switch cleaner in it after all, but I still will do when I get it. Don't panic. But it's working all right. So now we can get the old wet wipes out. Give it a good clean over. Look at this. This cable's a little bit gammy, isn't it? So we get these wet wipes out. I had some Dettol wet wipes. They were bloody good. Them Dettol wet wipes. They'd, look at that dirt. Look at that. They'd get all the dirt off of everything. But these baby wipes, these do just as well. And you can get a good grip on it. You can pull it around the cable, and you can clean it right up nicely. So it's all nice and clean now. I just used the baby wipes and wiped around it, wiped around the microphone. Done a lovely job, so I'm pretty pleased with that repair. I'd like a power mic on it really, so what I may do is I may keep this one as the original mic, put it in a box, and still trying to source a nice power mic. If I can get hold of a teardrop, I'll get a nice, if I can find a teardrop, a second-hand one. I can't seem to find them new anymore. They're very difficult to get hold of new. Apparently they do still make them in America, but they're difficult to get hold of. So anyway, if I can find a teardrop, I'll get a teardrop or something like that. If not, this is lovely, lovely old microphone. Another way you can do it if you want to, but only for cleaning the cable, which I've done in the past, works very well, is if you get like a bowl of hot water close to boiling. I mean, I used boiling, but people will say don't use boiling because you'll break down the cable. Whatever, just get hot water, put in a load of washing up liquid or your soap of choice, and you just dip from the microphone plug. So on this you dip from probably about, dip it in, make sure it doesn't go up anyway near there or anywhere near the wires. Just dip it in and sort of hang it over the edge of the bowl or something so that's all dangling in the water, and yeah, and just let it soak with the soap, and it'll break down all the dirt what's on the cable, and it'll break it all down. And then all you got to do is put it in a towel, rub it around in a towel for a bit, and it should all come off all nice and clean. So you can do it that way. I've done it that way in the past, but I like to get the wet wipe, the baby wipe, and just properly get it in there and get all the dirt, because otherwise you can wipe the outside of it, but you don't get the dirt what's gone on the inside and the little coils there. now I've cleaned it, it's a lot more stretchier, because before it was like all stuck together, it was all like sticky and stuck, so now it's all nice and, you know, it's lovely now. Really good. So that's that success for today. Wonder what else successfully I can do today.